Ka-ching! You know that sound. It's time to wake up money. Well, the average cost of weddings is about $19,000. And while that figure is down from years past, is there a way to get hitched for cheaper? Certified public accountant Bob Martin is here with some money-saving tips. Good morning.
Good morning, Sevilla.
All right, so some people just have $19,000, some people have less. Even if you have more, it doesn't hurt to save, and a lot of people want to save, especially now. So I think it's got to be realistic about the expenses, how much this is going to cost, right?
Yes, and there are many ways you can save. A wedding can be a very emotional thing, and when you're dealing with emotional things and money, usually there are ways to cut corners, but not necessarily cut the quality.
Yeah, so let's talk about how you do that.
Well, some of the best ways, first of all, is set a budget, set a maximum dollar amount. If you can, do not go into debt for a wedding. You know, it's horrible starting off a wedding, or starting off a marriage with debt. If you can just set a maximum dollar amount and then work within that.
It's really hard to believe, but some people don't do that, and they find themselves in a world of debt. That's the first thing. Like you said, set the amount.
Exactly. Don't go wild with the credit cards. And also, have your priorities set. Mm-hmm. Think about what's really important. One of the ways you can save big money is a destination wedding. This isn't for everybody, but it limits the number of guests, and it cuts down on a number of costs.
Because initially I was thinking, well, destination, wow, that's a lot of money. But, yeah, some people won't be able to make it, so,
right.
And, less cake, less everything else, right?
Exactly. And also, you can check out universities and parks. You don't need to necessarily rent a big, expensive hall. Mm-hmm. We have a number of universities in the area that have rooms that you can use for weddings. You pay them a small amount. You can even have a reception there.
That's a great idea. I never even thought about that. You say consider used or a rented wedding gown. Didn't know about that either.
A lot of people don't realize one of the most expensive single items in a wedding could be a wedding gown. Mm-hmm. I've seen wedding gowns for $5,000. Mm-hmm. You can get that same wedding gown used or rented for $500. Yeah. Who's going to know the difference? It's going to be the same gown in the picture.
I only want to tell you how much mine costs. All right, but
okay.
we got about 30 seconds. So
sure.
You say buffet instead of a sit-down dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Save you money there. Ceremonial drink instead of the open bar. That can cost you a lot of money, that open bar.
Exactly.
Ooh. And pre-recorded music instead of a live band.
Right, and a lot of times it's a lot better. I've heard some very bad live bands at weddings.
You can get stuck with one of those, right? Sheet cake for guests.
Well, you can have a ceremonial cake. Your cake at the wedding doesn't have to serve everybody. You can have a cake that looks just like it in the back that's very simple that you serve to the guests, and you can save $300-400 that way.
Excellent. And finally, rely on your friends, right?
That's right. Your friends have a lot of resources. They can find discounts for you. They can pool their resources together, possibly to help you pay for the videographer and the photographer. That's probably the most important thing you're going to have at the wedding.
And sometimes they can even help you design the place.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great weekend.
You too.